on their back only. Now, a tip for you guys, the best way to touch a shark is to keep those hands out of the water and
There's
hidden.
one right there.
Wait for their eyes to pass and then go in for the 2-finger touch. If they see your hands in the water waiting for them, they will actually swim out of their way to evade you.
That one at Dorkington was cut off.
Now remember guys, keep those hands out of the water and wait for the sharks to come to you.
Oh, that one like it's like, oh.
You kind of have to trick them, make them believe you're not here.
One that doesn't like swim around.
I will let you guys know in about 2 minutes we're going to do a 5-minute break for these guys. We're just going to give them 5 minutes to relax and get them closer to the edge for you. This is the perfect time to ask any questions about the sharks that you might have. I'll tell you some fun facts, but in about 2 minutes we'll be doing the break for them. Please remember, guys, only 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their back only. We've got 7 different species of sharks in this tank. The big guy over there, he's called a spotted gully. This is a leopard shark. We've got small spotted cat sharks. We've got the shovel-nosed guitar fish, Port Jackson horn sharks, and California horn sharks, a leopard cat shark, and a pajama cat shark. Yep, you weigh as much as those guys do over there in the corner.
We have a
Now,
shark
give you guys a heads up, in 1 minute, we'll be
and
taking a
it
5-minute
because
break
it
for the
creases
sharks.
and it's like something like 8 times. Like I do it different times.
This is Bubba. He's the spotted gully. He's the biggest one in the tank. He's going to spit at you. So if their mouths are out of the water, we ask that we do not touch them. They're from a deeper part of the ocean. It's perfectly normal that they do this. He just doesn't realize his mouth is out of the water. Alrighty guys, at this time we are actually going to begin their 5-minute break. We do ask that we take all of our hands out of the water and let these guys relax for just 5 minutes. He might. It depends. It'll just be a quick break, guys. We're just making sure that these guys aren't getting too stressed out or anything. Is that somebody's tea on the edge there? Okay, I just want to make sure that whoever is belongs to someone, because those things get expensive. Does anybody have any questions about these animals? We'll begin touching again in about 4 minutes, guys.
What food do they eat?
These guys, they like shrimp, and some of them like squid.
Think you can have them as pets, like order them online or something like that?
People do have them as pets, but I do not recommend it. Sharks do not make them pets at all. One of our sharks in our big tank, her name is Ziggy. She was actually kept as a pet because someone heard that sharks can't outgrow their tank. She outgrew the tank. She now has scoliosis and a zigzag back, and she can't swim very well. Sharks do not make good pets. They're very difficult to take care of. Yeah, so that she sits on the bottom and she's kind of got like a zigzag back. She's bigger fish. Not yet. We're actually giving them a couple minute break. It's only about 3 more minutes. Yeah, they need to take a break every hour or so, just so that way they can settle down a little bit. Sometimes they get stressed out.
Whoa.
This is the pajama cat shark. She might spit on you. If their mouths are out of the water, they sometimes spit. It happens all the time. My right leg usually gets soaked. It's not a bad problem. No, that's a spotted gully. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Sharks don't make job of taking her with me. I've got news. About one more minute, guys. Just a couple safety reminders before we put our hands back in the tank. We only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their back only. Wait for their eyes to pass and then put your 2 fingers in. I do not recommend reaching as far as you can. You don't want to fall into tanks. The only thing that's going to hurt you is the cold water. It's very cold. But make sure we are not grabbing, pinching, or pushing on the sharks either. We don't want to do anything that's going to spook them today. All right, guys. Are you guys ready to touch some sharks?
Yeah.
All right. 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their backs only. You guys can resume touching again. Wait for them to come to you.
They're really cool.
They are really cool. But if you keep your hands in the water like that, they'll actually swim out of their way.
I'll say this one's the most attention all
Yeah. He knows exactly how far out of reach to get to avoid everyone. He's my boy. This is Bubba. He runs this tank.
Reminds me when we was in mall, when we were in Tesla, they had their sharks, not a lot of touch. Oh, in that one store, they had 2 sharks, not a lot of touch.
Now these sharks here, they are actually ambassadors for conservation. What that means is we use these guys for educational purposes to help save their species. If you notice over here on that sign, it says sharks kill about 12 people per year. Humans kill 11,000 sharks every hour. It's a terrible shame. A lot of people, what they like to do is chop off their fins and put them in shark fin soup. It's not good. It's not a good thing to do. So we have to make sure that we are doing our best to do what we can to save these guys.
You say you ate a shark?
They do. All of our animals here are still wild animals. They do still have all of their teeth. If they were to bite you, though, you would just end up with a really cool scar. Oh, careful, please. Don't splash, guys. That will spook the sharks.
Oh, you got to touch the box. Hello.
Yep, these guys, their teeth are really small, but if you just use their 2 fingers on the back only, they're not going to bite you.
That little baby one. Here goes Postman. There he comes.
Remember, guys, when you're finished touching the sharks, we do have Germ-X on the wall for you to use. We do recommend using Germ-X after touching any animal. Now, again, guys, we only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and on their back only. To give you a tip, the best way to touch a shark is to keep your hands out of the water and hidden. Wait for their eyes to pass and then go in with the 2-finger touch. If they see your hands in the water waiting for you, they will actually swim out of their way or deeper to avoid you. Sharks are kind of good.
That's why they bite.
Remember, guys, if you have any questions at all, I love answering questions about sharks. Do not be afraid to ask.
How many people have you had bit? How many people have you had bit?
None on my watch. None on my watch. I have heard a story that there was a guy that did, but that's because he grabbed their tail and flew the other way. So it was just a thing itself. But it's just a story. I don't know if it's true or not. Doing a good job, guys. 2 fingers on their backs only. Do you have another question?
The black one's like pink.
Is it coming out? That's awesome. Yep, some of our animals, some of our sharks in here, they lay eggs like chickens. They lay them whether they're fertilized or not. They come out like this. This is called a mermaid's purse. There's usually nothing ever inside of it because there's no males in the tank. Most of these are females. But our biologist, what he'll do is he'll take it out of the water, check it to make sure there's nothing inside. He dumps it out, and then we can use it for educational purposes. So this is a mermaid's purse. This came from a cat shark. This came from one of our horn sharks, though. They're usually hanging out at the end. These poor things. Oh my gosh. But, right? Right? The cool thing about this is we actually do have a baby Port Jackson horn shark at the end there. They lay eggs like this. They'll carry their egg in their mouth until they find 2 rocks that they can put it in the end, and then they squeeze it between the rocks. And that is the extent of shark motherhood. They don't sit. Sharks do not baby their babies. Once they're born, they're on their own. can let their eyes pass in the video. They can kind of see you anyway. Now remember guys, we do ask that we do not use the full hand when touching the sharks, only use 2 fingers, and you do not want anything to spook these guys today. Now there is a baby Port Jackson horn shark down there at the end, if you guys can see her. She's so tiny, oh my gosh, I love her. She was in our tank that's next to the tide pool touch tank until she outgrew it, and now she's out. Don't forget guys, when you're finished. Okay guys, actually for the next couple minutes, I'm going to ask that we take our hands out of the water, but something's kind of spooked Bubba for a second, so we're just going to let things calm down. Yeah, they actually do something different. So if we get caught playing with someone, choosing our attitude, making their day, and then being there, then we get one, and then we get a We're just going to wait a few seconds before we begin touching, guys. Please keep those hands out of the water. At this time, I will remind you that we only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their back only. Please make sure we are not using the whole hand. We are only using 2 fingers. Bubba? The cool thing about him is he'll actually turn a lighter shade when he gets angry or stressed out, and you can see all of his spots, which is how he gets his name Spotted Belly. Yes. What? Where do we collect them? When they give birth to them, when they're hanging out there, our biologists always make sure there's nothing inside of them first, and then we'll do it. He usually does it in the morning or sometime during the day, whenever he's here. He's always busy. He's got a lot of things he's got to take care of them. Alrighty, guys, you are welcome to resume touching. Please remember we only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their back only. Exactly. I've only ever seen him get kind of stressed out once. That's when they switch the water out. For some reason, he was not happy about that. So, yeah. He's usually pretty calm and collected. He lets you know when he's not happy. He lets the other guys know when he's not happy too. Remember guys, the best way to touch a shark is to keep those hands out of the water and hidden. Wait for their eyes to pass and then go in with a 2-finger touch. If they see your hands hanging out above or in the water, they will swim out of their way or deeper to avoid them.
Oh, that one's a plus.
Just be careful guys.
I'll see this one. This one coming here.
Hey bud, make sure you got your feet on the ground please. I don't want you swimming with the sharks today.
That'd be awesome. That'd be my goal.
If anybody ever fell in, the sharks would do absolutely nothing. They would swim the other way because these sharks are giant hands. They're scared of everything.
Yeah, if I fell in, I'll be sitting here like enjoying.
Oh really? Right. Yep. That's so weird. These sharks right here, these big guys, their favorite is squid, and what they'll do is they'll put the squid in their mouth and then like swim with their mouths out of the water. It's weird. Now guys, that shark right there will probably spit water at you. We do ask that you do not touch her while her mouth is out of the water, please. She is from a deeper part of the ocean. She actually has to spit her old water out to get new water in to breathe. But she doesn't realize she's sticking her mouth out of the water. Yep. So while her head's out of the water, we ask that you do not touch her. She might spit at you though. It's not going to hurt you. It's just kind of cold. That one right there.
Or, let's see. Where'd she go? There she is, right there, in the corner.
Sometimes they do that when they're about to lay an egg too. If you're just joining us, guys, please remember we only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and on their back only.
That is so cute. His head looks like a little tortoise's head. Her head looks like a turtle's head.
Remember, guys, if she's sticking her mouth out of the water, we ask that you do not touch her, please. That's a very common misconception. A lot of sharks do. It's pretty much like the bigger ones. These guys, they have these things behind their eyes. Their holes are called spiracles. That helps them breathe while they're swimming.
Missed him again.
Bubba here, he has spiracles, but they're really small, so he's actually the only one that doesn't stop moving. Remember, guys, when we're touching the sharks, we only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their back only. The 2-finger touch is the most important part. It's the safest way to touch a shark. The only way we can allow it here at the aquarium.
Closer this time. Oh, you might want.
This right here is Bubba. He's the biggest in the tank. He runs the tank. He lets the other sharks know when there's something wrong. If they're doing something he doesn't like, he's the first one to tell him.
If I arrest him now.
He like twitched. If they get spooked, what they'll do is they'll either like twitch and they'll like flick their tail out and then they'll take off. I have never had anyone get bitten on my watch. I've heard a story that a gentleman grabbed his tail and like pulled the other direction, so the shark was just defending itself. So, but I'm kind of like, I'm like the shark lifeguard. I'm like, touch the sharks with 2 fingers. I feel like I'm like the strictest one a little bit. I want to make sure these guys are always safe. Exactly. Did you guys see who chose belly?
Bubba?
Now remember, guys, the best way to touch a shark is to keep those hands out of the water and hidden. Wait for their eyes to pass and then go in with a 2-finger touch. If they see your hands in the water waiting for them, they will swim out of their way to avoid you. You guys are doing a great job with touching the sharks. Remember, if you have any questions at all, my name is Megan. I love these sharks more than I love life. So I'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
Oh, there's a new one.
This is called a small spotted cat shark. A lot of people think that she's a baby. That's actually the biggest she will get. We've got another soft small spotted cat shark over there. A lot of people, they call them dogfish. That's another name for the small spotted cat shark.
I think that's how we
This is a leopard shark coming around.
It's pretty.
We opened in 1994. It might have a bit short.
I didn't have my jacket on, so you were reaching for this one.
That's really cool. I can go check that out. Don't forget, guys, when touching, we only use 2 fingers behind their eyes and gently on their back only. That is the safest way to touch a shark. It's the only way we can allow it here at Newport Aquarium. The best way to touch the shark is to keep your hands out of the water and hidden. Wait for their eyes to pass and then go in with a 2-finger touch. If they see your hands waiting
that the
for
one
them,
that
they will
sticks
swim
her head
out of their way to avoid you.
She's up
When
there.
you're finished touching the sharks, we do have Germax on the wall next to the shark x-ray machine. Newport Aquarium does recommend using Germax after touching any animal. Remember, guys, if you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to ask. I love answering questions.
Oh, seriously? Dude. Oh, this one's like trying to. That one My boy.
I don't think so.
Oh!
I've never seen anybody fall in this tank. It's really cold.
That's not fair, Bobby.
I've seen people in the tank before.
That's double time.
Their biologists will get in the tank sometimes
Oh, yeah.
and clean it, but he's never in there alone. It's too cold.
That one, there's one of them like to be petted. It taught me petting that one and what's up a little bit. Yeah, here she comes.
Over the winter, I was like
There
just
she is, Haley.
choked, and I'm like, sorry.
Is that her?
We have a hand dryer in the bathroom if you want.
This one? Is that the one?
Remember, guys, keep those hands out of the water and hidden. Wait for their eyes to pass, and then go in with the tube in your touch. If they see your hands at all, they will swim out of their way to avoid you. Can we please take
I'm
the
gonna see
drink
if I
off
can
the
get
ledge?
Elma on
Thank you.
thrift store. Oh shit.
Now, I know some of you guys might have heard this earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again. These guys are actually very important to Newport Aquarium. They're what we call ambassadors for conservation. If you guys look on that sign over there, it says sharks kill about 12 people every year. Humans, however, kill 11,000 sharks every hour. So these guys are here to educate on why that's not a good idea.
There's Bubba. Yes, I got the